Thanks for staying with us. Now we're going to start with The Nation. Damagum asks security to go after factional chair and others. Nigeria seeks action over ill treatment of Super Eagles in Libya. Those are earning 1.5 million or less monthly to get tax slash. ABUAD begins production of immune-boosting anti-aging drugs. EFCC ex-AGF in plea bargain to end 1.6 billion naira fraud case. IMF cuts cost of borrowing and Transcorp Power grows Q3 profits by 198%. Okay, which story are we starting with?
Yeah, I'm starting with the good news from the Afe Babalola University of Ado-Ekiti. So they are going to begin, actually, they have begun the production of a particular pharmaceutical product. Okay. 3 pharmaceutical products. They are plant-based. They said that the locally developing these 3 drugs, one of them is a virucidin. It's an immune-boosting syrup. And there is natucidin, which is anti-aging herbal supplements, and ABUAD, which is anti-malaria capsule. And the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Larinde, gave this statement, and he said that done their thoroughly tested that the efficacy of the drugs is top-notch, and that they have solicited partners to start the production and the sales of the pharmaceutical products. That they set up this, a while back, they set up a BOGO research center for manufacturing drugs within Nigeria. And these 3 drugs are natural, they are plant-based, no chemical additives, and they are looking for partnership to help in promotion and in the sales of this particular product. It's good news. They said there are many things they're doing. They're doing kidney surgery, all those stuff. What I'm happy about is that we all drink, I drink Chinese herbs because I believe there's a lot of research backing it up, and we need more Nigerian universities.
You drink all herbs.
We need Nigerian universities to do more research on because we have those herbs too, but we just don't know how effective they are. So this anti-malarian one, everybody needs to look out for it and get it.
Let me take our story in Libya. So Nigerian Super Eagles, very painful update. So according to the report, what could have been the Cup of Nations qualifying match today in Libya turned to a fiasco. The Super Eagles were ill-treated. They were promptly withdrawn from the match. So what happened was that the Eagles chartered a plane that departed on Sunday for Benghazi, but was diverted shortly after takeoff to Al-Abrak Airport. The players and coaches, officials, all of them were there. Even the Edo State Deputy Governor, Shoaibu, was also left stranded without food or nothing for hours. Attempts to make effort to get the Nigerian delegation out of the airport were totally fruitless. While stranded, the Nigerian government initiated diplomatic efforts to get our guys out of that place, but all of it fell on deaf ears. Even the club stars, they also called their own connections to try to see how they can do to get them airlifted. But the aviation authorities in Libya refused and was met with a rebuff from their authorities. Nigeria had defeated them in Nigeria. They came to the 1-0, and we got we got the 7 points for the matches. So our president has spoken through his presidential spokesperson, Mr. Bayo Onanuga, and he said that he's deeply moved by the inhumane treatment endured by Super Eagles of Nigeria at Libya airport, and they are asking the disciplinary board of CAF to do a thorough investigation to find out exactly what happened. This was completely unfair. And these are our stars. These are our biggest stars in Nigeria. And it was horrible. They were abandoned and left stranded in different airports without any proper information.
That's terrible. You know, Nigerians, this is good news for most Nigerians. Yeah. So Nigerians earning 100 million and above monthly may soon begin to pay 25. I said, calm down first. I said Nigerians earning 100 million and above monthly may soon begin to pay 25% in tax, personal income tax.
So people earning 100 million.
Yeah, so I heard that people earning. Are you kidding? So that's why I said this is good news for some Nigerians. Because I know that some Nigerians are not earning that, but those that are earning it, we thank God. Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms Committee Chairman Taiwo Oyedele, who made this known yesterday, explained that the bill exempts person who earn less than 100 million every month. So if you earn, for middle income earners that making 1.5 million or less per month, you would, their income tax obligation would decrease, while those earning higher would get that 25%. Then he also said that when it comes to value-added tax, that they might remove that totally or would decrease it. I'm sure people would want if they eliminate it on essential items such as services like food, health, education, accommodation, and transportation, right? Yes, and then he also said that that corporate income tax will now drop from 30% to 25%. So this is, at least they're trying to do something. So they're
you know what? Let us see what the numbers will look like in our salary. Let us see what this look like on paycheck.
But at least it's something because they are saying like for the VATs, right? Like for people people building a factory, building a laptop or vehicles, that so usually they have to bear the VATs, but now it returns to them 100%, and then they own it, so that they cannot give. They say we cannot give all the incentives being asked for, but we think that the biggest low-hanging fruit is removing those incentives, and that's exactly what they're trying to do.
Okay, we'll see how that goes. Moving on quickly now to The Punch. PDP factional chairmen clash as governors fail to resolve crisis. Picture story here: Lagos seals distressed structure as two-story building collapse. Heroic Eagles return home after 17 hours in Libyan ordeal. NNPC sells PMS to Ipman at 995 naira per litre. FG plans 25% tax on Nigerians earning above 100 million naira. Nigeria lost $15 billion to fuel subsidy forex round tripping, says World Bank. And import duty, FG grants private jet owners 30-day extension. Okay, let's take one story.
So the NNPC has agreed to sell petrol to members of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria at 995 per litre. And this is following the intervention of the DSS on the controversy between the two parties, you know. So the national president of IPMAN, that Ahmed Fashola, had already told correspondents that the intervention of the DSS has solved a lot of problems facing marketers. I didn't know DSS was into, you know, what do you call that sort of mediation, but somehow their mediation has resolved in a resolution where 995 per litre for ex-depot price, and that members will no longer sell at prices higher than major marketers, because I was told that in some states, even close to Lagos, they are selling for 1,300 naira per litre. So they said they appreciate the intervention, that whenever there's crisis, they want peace, and I think that we should see more petrol flowing to other non-big, what do you call them? You know, the big, the big petrol stations have petrol, but the smaller ones usually don't have in recent times. So this would have more petrol flowing around the country.
Okay, you have a story, Amaka?
Yes, I do. So there was panic on Monday after a two-story building collapsed on Amusu Street in Orile-Igamu area of Lagos State. The permanent secretary of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, Damilola, confirmed that this incident happened around 8 a.m. on Monday, and it was due to the fact that the building is an aged building. That the residents in the building were asked to exit the building due to this, that the building might collapse, but they refused to do so. And they are also saying that no casualties so far, and that they would require immediate evacuation so that so that the site can be cleared, in order not to happen or not to allow for secondary incidents to happen. He's also said that there's another building opposite the collapsed building that they've told the residents that they need to evacuate because that building is at risk of collapsing too, because it's an old building. Yes, that people don't listen anymore when they are cautioned, but that there's a reason why they have all these protective regulatory actions and protective measures in place. So when your building or structure is tagged, that people should leave. They should leave because things like this might happen, but that they thank God that no casualty resulted from this.
Okay. So let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.